Hey y'all, it's me Brady Christina. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I am getting ready to go to a vegan dining experience and I'm really excited. So get ready with me. Calling my bluff, better think twice. You do you, but I can't do me. What was you thinking? Me holding it down. I am so excited to go to this event. I've been wanting to go to one of these events since the very first one. It's a collab event hosted by two vegan foodie influencers. One of them is from my hometown, my home city, Philly. Be For Real. Let me make sure I'm getting her IG name right. Yep, Britt Be For Real. I first discovered her on YouTube, and then I started following her on Instagram. And then also That Chocolate Vegan, who I think is from Atlanta. So yeah, it's a whole city collab, up north, down south collab, and I'm so here for it. These were two of my favorite vegan foodie influencers, so when I saw that they were doing a collab, I was like, oh yes. So I'm really excited to go to this event. However, I did not get any sleep last night, so I can't wait to go to this event, get full and happy on some good delicious food, and then come home and sleep. I've literally had a lingering headache all day, and I'm pretty sure it's because I haven't slept well. And I just sprayed my face with this Mario Badescu skincare. I hope I said that right. I don't know, y'all. I don't know how I read sometimes. I'm kidding, but also not. Facial spray with aloe and cucumber and green tea. It's supposed to help wake up the skin, replenish it. And that's all I need right now. So we're just going to go right on in. I'm going to get started with me eyebrows. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. I have to put my contacts in. Alright. Brows. Finito. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm really excited to go to this event. I believe this is like the third one they're hosting. I wanted to go with some friends, but not many people are interested in vegan dining. But me, I'm very interested in vegan dining. I'm not vegan right now, but I was vegan for a year back in, what was that, 2018? I was completely vegan. I did it cold turkey. And then once Thanksgiving rolled around, I wanted to get into that mac and cheese, and that kind of broke my veganism. And I was vegetarian for like 2 years, and then I moved to Georgia and I became pescatarian because I started eating seafood again once I moved here. I enjoyed my vegan lifestyle. I felt really great cutting out the meat and stuff, and it's just like my journey with veganism, like the reason why I even went cold turkey and wanted to try it to begin with. I was one of them stubborn foodies that didn't want to rock my foundation. So when anyone talked about the dangers of food and you shouldn't eat this, you shouldn't do this, or watch this animal cruelty video and bleezy blasey blah, I was that person that was just like, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it. I'm eating my chicken, I'm eating my beef, I'm eating whatever the hell I want. I don't want to hear it. And then in like 2017, maybe early 2018, something like that, I started getting really tired. It was like 2017. I started getting really bored with food. It was just like everything that I used to eat, I didn't have a taste for it anymore, and it was just feeling icky. I was losing my appetite for the foods that I was eating. Like I didn't have a taste or a craving for anything. And around that time, the What the Health film came out on Netflix, and it was really popular, like all on social media. Y'all should watch this, blah 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 blah. And again, I was one of those people who was just like, I'm not ready to watch that kind of stuff, because I knew deep down inside that if I did watch it, it would bother me and I will feel some type of way about the foods that I was eating. That's the real reason why I avoided it, to be completely honest. It was just like, I don't want to see it because I'm still eating this stuff. But I decided to go in and watch it, and y'all, after I watched that film, I went cold turkey. I went vegan, cold turkey. I was just like, this is disgusting. Like, this is the food that they feed us here in America. It's just disgusting. And I was totally convinced that humans weren't made to be carnivores. We had to live that way at a certain point, way in the past, like barbarian days, where we literally had to hunt just for us to eat. Like, we didn't know any better. But like, our biology, this was one of the things that was talked about in that film, our biology isn't made to be hunters, and that like we have to create weapons to hunt. We don't have natural hunting instincts built in our biology, was the point that they was trying to make. And that was pretty much their reasoning for why human beings aren't naturally carnivores, or more herbivores. They started talking about the structure of our teeth and how teeth like ours are very similar to animals that are herbivores versus animals that are carnivores, and they have like canines and spikes and shit like that because their teeth was made to get through flesh, unlike ours. So anyway, I'm getting fed all of this information after I watched that film. Let me get ready. Like, I'm just chatting and I'm not even doing anything to my face. Like, what is even happening right now? So yes, I'm like totally like educating myself on all of this. I'm feeding myself with all of this information. I'm taking it in, and I am like changing by the second. Like, it's just like everything. It's again, like, I already was like kind of off the foods that I was eating anyway. I just had no desire for it anymore, just randomly. Like, just randomly, I was like, I just don't want this stuff anymore. It just started to feel yucky to me. So yeah, after watching that film, after doing my own research and stuff, I decided to just do it. I decided to just go cold turkey, because like, what could I lose? Literally, what could I lose? There was nothing I could lose. So I did it, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I lost a lot of weight during that time. I felt better. I didn't feel like sluggish or slowed down, or the itis wasn't really a thing anymore, and it didn't really matter how much I was eating. I didn't really get the itis. Like, I would get full, but I would still have energy to move rather than being full and feeling like I need to go to sleep it off. So I was like, okay, like maybe there's like truth to this stuff. And I lived that way for an entire year. I influenced a couple of my friends to try it out, and it's so funny because like one of my friends, she did it was like this 22-day challenge of like no meat or something like that, and she tried that out, not with the intentions of being vegan. She was pretty much doing it for health. Like, she didn't really care about animal cruelty and stuff like that. Me, I'm not gonna lie, I was doing it for health, for the environment, for animal cruelty, like literally everything. Every reason that there is that people may go vegan, I did it for all of those reasons, because I was like, all of those reasons matter. But I had this friend that was just like, you know, she was just interested in the health of it. She didn't really care about anything else, and because she didn't really care about anything else, she never really thought to like stay vegan. But to this day, she's still vegan. I think that's so funny because I'm not right now. I'm pescatarian. Because of that time, I was very in tune with the vegan community. Like, I was following all the influencers, I was following all of the influencers. I was following all of the chefs. I was hip to all of the restaurants. Of course, in this time, I was in Philly, so like, I was hip to more restaurants in Philly. But then once I moved here, I was still vegetarian for some time. I didn't just like immediately go pescatarian. So I was still very hip to I was getting myself hip to all of the vegan dining options here. Slutty Vegan at that time was super popular. I believe they just came out with like their first location, because they started out in the food truck. When I moved here, they had just opened up their very first location. So Slutty Vegan was that girl back then, and I was so excited to be one of the first people to like experience that before they had all these other locations, and now they're like in other cities now. And honestly, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like once I went vegetarian, I started craving the things again, and I really believe that's because of I forget the technical term. I hate talking about stuff when I don't remember the full technical term of it, but like there's this thing in cheese and meats and stuff that is addicting. This thing in dairy that is addicting for us, and that's why we crave so much cheese and dairy all the time. And I honestly believe that the reason why I started craving all the things that I once lost desire for was because I started eating cheese again. When I moved here, there was a bunch of like food places that was just so popular. You know, Atlanta is like really good for that because people like the restaurant business here is like there's always something new. There's always something new, whether they last or not, there's always something new here. So I was like really excited for that, and I moved here right before COVID. So I was just trying to be out here, just have all the experiences and stuff. So I was doing just that. I was vegetarian, but because I was eating so much cheese and dairy and all those things, I started craving chicken again. So I did eat a little bit of chicken just to kind of help that craving go away, because I figured once I eat it, I wouldn't desire it anymore. And that's exactly what happened. I felt like, here's the thing, before I like stopped eating any meat, one of my favorite foods was buffalo wings. So I used to crave buffalo wings, and sometimes I still do crave that taste of buffalo wings, but the idea of eating the actual chicken disgusts me. So what happened was I allowed myself to eat it, and then I felt gross afterwards. I was like, oh my god, I'm really eating chicken. I don't need to do this. I could just like get that flavor somewhere else, you know? I don't really need to eat the actual bird. So that was how I knew that, you know, I'm really kind of off of eating meat. But one thing that I wasn't totally disgusted by was seafood. So I continue to eat seafood, and that's why I'm pescatarian now, just to kind of like sum that all up. However, I do want to journey back to veganism, because, and you know, I showed y'all a couple of times in my vlogs and even, you know, in random videos and stuff, I still eat and cook vegan. I still eat and cook mainly plant-based foods, because that is just what resonates with me and my body. Like that is what my body does well with, I've learned. So I continue to do that. I continue to eat that way. I continue to cook that way. My goal is to eventually journey back to veganism. I'm just taking my time this time instead of going cold turkey, because I don't really want to completely go cold turkey right now and just cut everything else out that I still do enjoy. I just want to get to that point where I don't need it. So I've been cutting back on cheese a whole lot lately. Now after like the holidays and stuff, everything is cheese for the holidays, right? So I was just like, I'm all cheesed out. Like, it's fine. I don't need it right now. I do not need it. I do not want it right now. So like just recently I was making plant-based Alfredo with vegan cheese, just because that was just like what I needed. Well, I completely cut off cheese? No, not right now, because I'm not ready to. I just know that right now I done had too much of it, and I'm cool off of it right now. But that's how I'm moving. Like I'm eating in moderation right now. It's pretty much the point that I'm getting at. Yeah. So like I said, I do want to eventually journey back to veganism. I'm just taking my time. So this dining vegan event is a 6-course dining experience. I believe it's small plate dining. It kind of have to be for it to be 6 courses, right? I'm going to try to vlog some of this so y'all can see the food and just the experience, and I'm gonna add it to this get ready with me video. But yeah, all in all, when y'all see these videos, if y'all have seen these videos on my channel where it's just like I'm showing you these vegan recipes, whether it's like the raw vegan recipes. I did the Tassili's dupe. If you don't know what Tassili's is, it's a raw vegan restaurant. It's an eatery, and they make like plant-based wraps and kale wraps and stuff like that, and it's just really good. So I did dupes and stuff like that, and if you see in my vlogs, I'm cooking plant-based foods. I'm eating plant-based things like my crispy tenders and stuff. It's because I lived that life, and I took a lot of how I was eating from that time of me being vegan to my present days. Like, this is how I eat now. And I don't have any friends in Georgia that are plant-based, but I have quite a few friends in Philly that are plant-based. So it's just like I'm not even like around that plant-based community anymore, so it does get a little challenging to eat out, even like with my friends, even with me being pescatarians, because just like it's like the same dish everywhere you go pretty much. It's just like the fish and grits or the salmon with the mashed potatoes and veggies. It's just like, or the shrimp or fish tacos. It's the same dish every single time you go out. But at least being pescatarian, I just got a little bit more options, because it would just be a little bit harder as a vegan or a vegetarian, which is cool. It's cool. Like I said, I lived that life before, so I know how to adjust. I know how to act. I know how to let the chef know that I don't eat certain stuff. And sometimes, like, chefs will bring you out some kind of like specialty thing that they just made just for you. But I mean, I never really tried that. They'll do that in Philly. I never really tried that in Atlanta. And Atlanta restaurants be funny. Like, they don't like when, some restaurants don't like when you modify their dishes or ask for a substitute of any sort for any reason. They don't like that. They're like, no, we can't modify dishes. You gotta have it as is. And it's just like, this dish costs $30-something and you're telling me I can't modify it to my liking? It's like, do y'all want your money or not? I don't understand that. So, I've never lived fully vegan in Atlanta, and I don't know. There are quite a few dining options for vegans here, I will say that. But like I said, if you're not really fully immersed in a plant-based community where it's just like most of your friends are plant-based and stuff, I could only imagine how challenging it is to go to the restaurants that your friends go to trying to eat well like everyone else at the table. I thought about doing eyeshadow. Let me see, do I have time? Because y'all know I'll be playing with my time here. I gotta be out of here in like 15 minutes, so no, I don't have time. You know what? I'm gonna create a little bit of time. I haven't touched this Pyramid palette that I got from my sister. It was a gift. This is the Egyptian Paradise palette, because, you know, I don't be playing in eyeshadow like that anymore. I used to be all creative with eyeshadow, but I don't know. I don't be liking eyeshadow, heavy eyeshadow looks sometimes. There's like this burgundy color right here that I think I'm going to try out with some brown. That might be cute. Let us see. I think I'm going to put it like, because I don't want to, and see that's a little too pink. I'm going to darken it up with some brown because I didn't want it that pink. So we're going to be real subtle with this eyeshadow because I ain't trying to go all crazy. I don't even have time to experiment right now. And you know what? I didn't do my due diligence. I didn't look closely because here's that dark color I was looking for. So I'm actually going to go in with that right over top of this real pinky color I did. Oh my God. Is that what I want? I don't think that's what I wanted. But you know what I'm going to do? That's not what I wanted to do. But that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I can fix it. I can fix it. I can fix it. Oh my God. I hope I can fix it. I'm going to go in with this dark brown right here. And I'm going to mix it with this Nubia brown. And I'm just kind of go right over. Did that make it worse? What am I doing? See? This is why I don't want to be experimenting with eyeshadows lately. Because this is not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted at all. But you know what? We just going to have to rock with it. Guys, I'm about to take this off because this isn't what I wanted. What time is it? I have to leave in like 5 minutes. Why would I do this? I can do some eyeshadow. I just can't do quick eyeshadow. Like, it has to be, I have to take my time with it. It has to be like a thought out, like, this is my idea, this is what I'm going for kind of thing. I can't just be on the whim with it because then this happens and I wind up not liking it and it becomes too much. Because where am I even going with this bright pink eyeshadow on my eye like this? I'm not feeling it, but we gotta keep it moving. So, 1 second. Okay, y'all, this is the finished look. This is what it looks like. I decided to wear a pink shirt just to kind of complement the eyes, even though I'm still not feeling them. But, you know, I am running late, so I have to get out of here, like, now. So thanks for watching this video. I'll see y'all next time.
I've been all in my phone, I got options. And I don't wanna tell you to drop it, but I don't wanna play your fair. Yeah, something that makes me look at you too often. Oh, baby, you can give it something. Baby, I can run all the time. Baby, I'm talking crazy. I need you running my space, but I need it, baby. I'm late, but I still can check in with you. I know that I need my friend.
What was you? Better stop thinking. I'll be waiting for you year after year to get it together. Saying I can do better, then don't do better.